Hello and welcome to Primetime Watchmaking in the News. This is going to be an interesting and rather long one as we will come back on the newsworthy stories of January, and there are quite a few. So off we go with a super rapid video summary of this edition of Primetime. And this news lets me quickly talk about the next episode of our Who's Who of Watchmaking, as it will be dedicated precisely to LVMH, but we will also include the Kering Group in the same video, as there are quite a few parallels to be made between those two massive luxury groups. And to really end up the LVMH topic, just wanted to mention that during the SIHH, the three brands overlooked by Mr. Beaver were present in Geneva: Hublot, TAG and Zenith. This is quite usual, they've done this since a number of years, but generally staying in a hotel. Well, this year, all these brands were on board a ship, berthed in the Geneva harbor, if we can call it like this, and it got a few people annoyed from the Richemont group, as this used to be a tradition reserved for the brands participating in the SIHH. Well, Mr. Beaver, being a rather loud man, said in the local press that at the time the SIHH didn't want to host Hublot, reason why today he doesn't feel bad to do this kind of power demonstration, and ironically it's the LVMH brands that kind of opened up the SIHH by hosting some kind of launch party on the Sunday preceding the opening of the SIHH. So let's now go back on the SIHH and what did we learn from it? Well, firstly, this edition was really seen as a big test for many brands, as unfortunately quite a few of them are facing the harsh realities of the current downturn of the industry. We saw more brands coming with more reasonably priced products, more steel versions, and therefore I would say a bit less daring novelties, but sometimes simply clever ones. I'm thinking, for instance, of the Drive Moon phase, or the relaunch of the Panthère collection for Cartier, the relaunch of the Laureato for Girard-Perregaux, the steel version of the Tonda 1950 by Parmigiani, the three-hand offshore diver for Audemars Piguet instead of the Chrono version presented last year, Ulysse Nardin with a reasonably priced tourbillon, and we can obviously trust them in terms of not taking too many shortcuts while doing this. Well, many examples of fine brands simply opening up the range of products to the clientele, but without losing their soul doing so. So for some brands, the issue is a bit more questionable, unfortunately, and the future will soon tell us what will be the consequences of all these wrong decisions taken at a time when everything was doing well, and let's say it, when arrogance was sometimes simply part of the corporate culture. And talking about all this, well, we knew that there wouldn't be any significant announcements made before the SIHH in terms of big changes in the management teams of the Richemont brands. Officially, we only knew that the active CEOs of IWC and Montblanc will soon take over the global control of the watchmaking division of Richemont. And for the little side story, and when you looked at this year's decoration of the IWC booth, well, it really looked like it was made for some kind of Roman coronation celebration of the next emperor of the Richemont group. So these two CEOs in their new roles will have a big mission ahead of them, a rather tough one, but they are known for their incredible levels of energy and quite straightforward way of moving ahead. I'm very curious to what this will lead to. I hope, for instance, we won't see the Montblancization of Vacheron Constantin or Lange. This, I think, would be a bit sad for some of the most prestigious brands of watchmaking. But I remain optimistic, it's in my nature, and I won't make any judgments yet. I just hope things will go in the right direction with a bit more humility and a bit more connection to reality and respect of the customer, and let's make watchmaking great again. So off you go, best of luck.
Good.